and welcome to another edition of the Pekin First podcast. My name is Josh, and I get the absolute pleasure of serving as the online ministries director right here at Pekin First. And I am joined by two very special guests today, Emmy Teese.
Hi.
And Sandy Delgado. All right, and Emmy Teese, tell us a little bit about what you do here at the church.
So I am a co-director of children's ministry, and I get to do things like Unite Kids and Bible Buddies on Wednesday nights, and then also children's church during Saturday night worship and Sunday morning worship.
Okay, and Sandy?
I am the youth director, so I do all of the junior high and high school programming, including youth groups and all of that fun stuff.
All right, and this is episode 53, and this is called All About Youth and Family. So we're going to go through the children's activities that are going on and the youth activities are going on. As we head into Advent, there's some pretty cool stuff going on. So we had a podcast last week about the grace flowing through Pekin First and all the things that we're up to. And we didn't even get to all the children and family and the youth activities that we have going on. So we thought, well, we'll put a special podcast together, and we're going to drop this one on Thanksgiving. So we're recording this a little before Thanksgiving, but this will drop on Thanksgiving. So this is just a way to be thankful for the children and family and the youth ministries that we have here at the church that are reaching our kids and teaching our kids to give back to the community as well. So every week we start the podcast with this week's personal best, and this is just something good in the past week or two or whatever that has happened, and you're just grateful for, or has helped your psyche, or is just a great thing going on in the community. And Emmy, we'll start with you.
All right. Well, I was saying it's a little more than a week ago, but my oldest daughter, Kira, has started speech competitions. This is something new for her this year. She does choir and show choir and acting and that kind of thing, but she's doing speech team this year. I hate speaking in front of people. It's a big fear for me. And to go and, I was even a little nervous to go watch her the first time. And she just gets up there and is so confident and ended up getting first place in her division for the first time going out at this. And so it's just a reminder to me to be fearless in who you are and that God created you exactly as you're supposed to be. So just stand strong in that and go and shine and do what you're supposed to do.
Isn't it amazing what our kids can teach us?
Yeah.
I mean, just it astounds me every time. And then we have Kira did what they call Saturday Night Special here, and she sang, and I'd never gotten to hear her sing. What a beautiful voice.
Yeah, she got a talent that God did not give me. I wish I could sing.
Right.
But, God gives us each these special gifts for a reason, and I'm glad that she's able to use hers. So
100.
It just reminds me that I need to be confident to use what God gave me as well.
Awesome. All right, and Sandy?
Well, so many of you know I work at Panera, and I have a lot of regulars, and because I work 5 days a week in the morning. And I had one of my regulars come up to me last week, and he said, I just love your energy. It makes coming here fun. And I hadn't been reminded of that in a long time. And because I really just try to have a positive energy when I'm there. Because when you go to a lot of places and people are just kind of down and out and stressed out and whatnot. And I am a lot of those things sometimes. But just to hear it from somebody really reminded me that what I'm doing is a good thing. And I'm bringing God into Panera and showing it to people.
Well, it's just like the sermon that we just had that Pastor Sean gave, and it's just seeing somebody, right? And as a youth director and as a children's director, you have to constantly see people, and sometimes you just need to be seen, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So my personal best is, I was just telling Emmy about this, is I started a project over a year ago, a personal investment of mine, something I stepped outside my comfort zone for sure. And it is almost done. I'm going this evening to finish it up, and I will officially be done with I've been working on this project, which is construction, for over a year. So this will be a great moment for me. And even my wife was like, "What are you going to do now?" I'm like, well, let's take a break for a second, and then we'll figure that out. So yeah, this is the end of a large construction project that I've been working on, and I am happy to see it go and happy to see people use it in a great way. And I was telling her about that. It's become a ministry per se, a profitable ministry, but a ministry per se to be able to help people with living situations. So it's been a good thing.
That's awesome.
All right. So this is all about the youth and family. We're dropping this on Thanksgiving. So we're going to give thanks for the children and family and youth programs that we have here at Pekin First. And I just, it's amazing all the things that we have going on for our youth and family. And Emmy, we're going to start with you because we'll start at the lower ages and work our way up.
Okay.
So tell us a little bit about, let's start with the regular programs. So
Okay.
the regular weekly things that we do or monthly things that we do, let's start with that and let's start there.
Okay. So every Wednesday we have Unite Kids, which is pre-K through first grade. We have a group for them. And we have Bible Buddies, which right now is second grade through fifth grade. They meet at the same time every Wednesday night from 5:30 to 7. So from 5:30 to 6, all those ages get to be together and have some fellowship time, and we pray together. And then from 6 to 7, we split up in our two different age groups so that they get age-appropriate lessons.
Sure.
So that's every Wednesday. Right now we're meeting at Grace UMC. We kind of trade half the year here, half the year there. So that's great fun, and we are actually growing a bit. This last Wednesday, we had a pretty big group of kids, so it was great.
Well, and with the gym there, with the colder weather coming and stuff like that, with the gym there, it kind of gives them an opportunity to burn off some of that winter energy too.
Which we really, really need in the
Right.
winter time. Like they need a chance to get that energy out so that we can then settle in and read scripture and do lessons together. So the gym is really important for that. We had been using the playground, and then there was a couple weeks where it was starting to get too dark, and you could notice a difference. Like we need that time to spend that energy.
Sure.
Otherwise, we have, of course, during worship every weekend, we have children's church. So that happens Saturday night worship at 5 p.m. and Sunday morning worship at 10 a.m.
Okay. And then, then we have a family ministry that we do this second Saturday, correct me if I'm wrong,
Yes.
the second Saturday of the month. Tell us a little bit about Rock Kids.
Okay, so Rock Kids is a program that we do outside of the walls of the building. So we go over to the Pekin Housing Authority. They have a community center there, and we meet with any kids that come and want to hang out with us. So we provide a lunch, we do some type of Bible lesson and an activity. Many of the parents have started coming as well.
Nice.
So we love that it's becoming more of a family and a community program over there. And so we're getting a lot more input from parents, and they're helping us like with buying hoodies for Christmas, helping us get sizes of all the kids. And there are adults there that watch out for all of the children in that community that really communicate with us and help us to make the program better.
Nice.
So that is the second Saturday of every month from noon to 1. We just had a new family from Pekin First come and be helpers this last month, and they loved the kids, and we're already like, what can we do in December? So anyone who wants to come meet the kids, they're precious, and God wants us to be there with them.
So in December, is there a special rock program that's going to happen over at the
Yes.
community center?
Yep. So December 13th is actually our Christmas lunch for them. So we do like a ham and all the sides to provide a Christmas meal for them. And then we have some extra gifts that we give them for Christmas time. So if you want to help, that's always a big one where a lot of the parents come to that too, because it's a little more filling meal
Sure.
that they don't always get, that type of thing.
Sure.
So there's lots of people that come for our December one, and we can always use more helpers in the community center. The
Okay.
more adults there, the more attention each kid is getting, the better it all runs.
Yep, absolutely. So, and if you're interested in helping with something like that, we'll give you some ways to contact Emmy at the end of this. But it's ets@pekinfirst.org for sure, or you can just call the church office.
Absolutely.
And then we have some special events happening with our regular Unite Youth or Unite Kids. So what's going on?
So we have our Christmas breakfast coming up, which is going to be Saturday, December 6th from 9:30 to 10:30 in the morning. That is going to be held at Grace. But our Unite Kids and Bible Buddies, when they meet on Wednesdays, they've been preparing for this. So
Right.
the littler Unite Kids have some songs that they're going to share. The older Bible Buddies are going to do a nativity story and act that out. It's also going to be an interactive nativity. So even if you are not part of the speaking, when you get there as a family, you're going to get a bag of props that you're going to pull out as the story goes along, so you get to participate along with it. We also provide a breakfast with that, which is really good food. And it's just a great time for families to all be there together, families from Grace and First, to get to know each other better. Lots of grandparents come, and a lot of people bring family that don't normally come to church. So it's a great time for kind of getting new people in and letting them see a little bit about what the church is all about and maybe wanting to get involved. Santa will be there for family photos, but really the focus is on the nativity.
Nativity. That's something a little different for this year, is the
Yep.
nativity. And we have to encourage you that we need you to make reservations
Yes.
if you're going to attend this, because we
Yes.
got to make sure we have enough props, and we got to make sure we have enough tables and food and all the things. So if you're interested in reserving that, you can email eteast@pekinfirst.org as well. So tell me a little bit about what prompted the nativity scene.
I just, me and Diana, the other co-director, we just really were wanting to focus more in on the Christmas story and bringing back some traditions that we've had in years past here at Pekin First. So when I was a kid here, decades ago, we always had the Jesus birthday cake cupcakes.
Yep.
I mean, that's what I remember. If I remember nothing else, I remember the cupcakes with the mint frosting and the candy cane in it. And I had done it a few years, and then we kind of went away from it a little bit, and we're bringing that tradition back. So we'll have the chance to sing Happy Birthday to Jesus and have the birthday cake cupcakes there, which just bring back a lot of nostalgia for some of us parents from Pekin First. So it was just kind of, sometimes you get led by the Spirit and we're going to do it a different way. Sometimes you get led that, hey, we're going to bring back this tradition. So that's just kind of where it fell this year.
Awesome. And then as our kids go through Unite Kids and they go through Bible Buddies and all those good things that happen there, they eventually graduate into youth group, which is Sandy.
Yes.
And Sandy, tell me a little bit about the weekly programs that you have going on. I know there's you guys meet on Sunday night. Tell me a little bit about that.
So we meet on Sunday nights from 6 to 7. Right now, the numbers have kind of been going back and forth on different things because high schoolers have a lot going on. I've got a lot of theater kids. Yeah, I've got a lot of theater kids and speech kids and all of that. And so we meet for that hour. We talk about different topics, just depending on the week. And it's been great because I've kind of started from scratch again, because a lot of the kids were involved when the two groups were merged with Grace, and we lost some of them when that kind of diminished. And so it's been great to see some of them come back.
Nice.
And just for them to get to know me. And a couple weeks ago, before they all left, they all hugged me on the way out, and that just felt like a breakthrough for me, because kids don't hug these days. Yeah. I have a 17-year-old niece who does not like to be touched.
Right.
And so for kids to be like, we love you, and hug me before they leave was an extreme breakthrough for me. And so it's been really great. We've just talked about topics all the way from being like looking at our faith as a child. You know, what does that look like, and what does that mean, or what does it mean to see the people in our lives and see the gaps that they fill in our lives, whether we like it or not, and the gifts that God's given other people to be in our lives. So things like that we've discussed.
Awesome. And so you have discussions on Sunday nights, and now this has led into a couple serving opportunities.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about, first off, let's go in date order, I guess. And if I missed something, tell me. You're going to serve a meal in Peoria.
Yes, at the Dream Center.
At the Dream Center.
Yeah, so this is on the 14th. This is their Christmas dinner for their students. So we're going to go, it's from like 2 to 5-ish on a Sunday. So it works out for a lot of the kids because during the week they're not available. So we got this opportunity to go, and we are just going to serve other people their age a Christmas dinner and help clean up and help do all of those things.
Nice. And then I actually have a connection with the Dream Center. Robbie Chris, I don't know if you know who Robbie is over there, but he deals a lot with the youth and mentoring young men to either get back on track or stay on track. And they have some great programs over there. So I'm glad to see that we're getting involved with the Dream Center. And then after that, you have
Our lock-in.
A lock-in.
Yes, we are going to do a lock-in here on the 28th of December. So all the kids are on break. It's going to be a good time. I've got a couple of secrets up my sleeve for the kids. We might take a little field trip.
Oh.
We're going to have fun. I told them to bring all their friends. I'll take all the kids I can get. Kara is going to help out a little bit with that too. So I have some adults here. Pastor Sean told me Godspeed. I'll be spending over 24 hours straight with the kids because the next day we're going to do a volunteering opportunity up in Aurora, Illinois. It's called Feed My Starving Children. The kids had never heard of it, and most people haven't down in this area, but you package meals. They're like a dehydrated meal sent to third world countries. And as each team, you get like a scoop of something that goes in the meal. And it goes down the line, and then the last person seals it. And you're competing against other teams. So you want to get as many bags done as possible for your team to win. And so I just think I thought it was something great that I had done when I was up in Chicago, and I wanted to kind of bring that down to these guys, and they thought it was a great idea as well.
Sure.
So that'll be our serving opportunity attached to the lock-in.
Nice. Now, if you've never been involved in a church lock-in, I've only been involved in one. Emmy, have you been involved in a church lock-in? These things are fantastic because an empty church with just kids running around is a great time. There's all kinds of scares that happen, people just popping out of those dark corners. And I believe the one that there was an attic where the organ was that you could go up and then they played the organ and then it shook your brain. So it's a great time to run around a church and a lock-in for sure. And then especially with maybe some field trips and some other things that are going to happen, that would be awesome. So if you're interested in that, I always say your email address wrong, and I've got it right now. It's sdelgado@pekinfirst.org.
Yes.
And we will put those both in the comments of this podcast as well. So, and then we go into Christmas break, so on and so forth, kind of, I guess. And then after Christmas.
Yep, in January.
There's something special happening too.
So the 9th through the 11th, we're going to Spring Hill Camps for our winter retreat this year. It was so funny how this came up. A couple of the girls in the youth group are very close to the group that they went on a mission trip with last summer. Mm-hmm. And their group was going to this camp called Spring Hill Camps. And she brought it up. She's like, can we go too? And I literally lit up because I worked 2 summers at Spring Hill in Michigan many, many eons ago. And I was like, of course we can go.
Of course.
And she literally jumped out of her chair and hugged me. She was so excited because she loves these girls and their youth group. And Spring Hill has everything you can possibly think of. They have a tubing hill, they have zip lines, they have climbing walls, high ropes, swimming pools inside. They have the 3rd largest water slide in the state of Michigan. They have everything you could possibly think of. And so I think it's going to be a great event for these kids, and it'll get them kind of out of the state, get them out of, school mindset and let them enjoy themselves. And they'll get to see this group that they really love. So I'm really excited for that.
And what date is that?
That is the 9th through the 11th.
Of?
January.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure it wasn't February. Got it. All right. And so that sounds like a whole lot of fun. If you've never been on one of these breakaways, it's awesome. There's a lot of faith stuff that happens. There is a lot of fun that happens. And it's just a great way for kids to take a break. In a world that happens so fast because of social media and because of TV and news, and it just comes at you so fast, it's so nice to get the kids away and just let them in there with the church. So it's you're getting around quality people going with Pekin First and going to Spring Hill. It's a way for the kids to just kind of let their brain rest for a second, right? And fill their hearts, for sure. All right. Anything I'm missing between the two of you?
I did want to give a shout out for Christmas Eve.
Sure.
The kids, I think, and the youth also are going to be invited to perform something with the choir at Christmas Eve, where they're partially going to be doing some sign language with it and partially going to be singing. And so if you're interested at all in that, please email me or Sandy, because we want to get as many kids and youth involved to perform. And that's going to be at the 7:00 service Christmas Eve.
Okay.
So I believe they're going to have practices December
two of them, yeah.
11th and 18th, 6 p.m., I believe.
Yep.
Yes, so that we can get them coordinated with the adult choir so that they can perform this all together.
That sounds like a lot of fun. So yeah, we have two services on Christmas Eve. We have the 7:00 and the 11:00. So they'll be involved in the choir with the 7:00. Those are candlelight services, so those are awesome services as well. All right, I think that covers everything we got going. There's a lot.
There's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yes.
Me and Sean keep going over all the things going on, and it's like, even the intro videos have been almost 6.5 minutes long because I'm like, I've taken out everything that I think that we can get by without, and I can't get it into 5 minutes. It just doesn't happen. So all kinds of things going on here at Pekin First. So get involved in some way. If you want to volunteer for the Rock Kids Ministry, that's coming soon, and that needs some help, especially because that's our biggest one. And then if you're interested also in being part of the retreat or the youth group or the lock-in, just email one of these fine ladies and they will get you hooked up for sure. All right, I believe that's it. So remember, God put us here to do great things. So let's go do great things.